Now, away from environmental matters, a capacity building session for civil society organizations was held recently as part of the ongoing 81st ordinary session of the African Commission on Human and People's Rights in the Gambia. The Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights, in collaboration with the African Center for Democracy and Human Rights Studies, organized the event with focus on the United Nations human rights mechanisms and related topics. More in this report. The one-day program brought together 25 representatives of civil society organizations from Africa that are actively working in the field of human rights. The aim was to share and explore opportunities for engagement with various human rights mechanisms, such as the United Nations treaty bodies, the Universal Periodic Review, social procedures, and potential synergies in their engagement with the African human rights system. Hannah Foster, the Executive Director of the African Center for Democracy and Human Rights Studies, highlighted that the program will allow participants to network and gain knowledge on the process of participating and obtaining observer status to access essential information related to human rights.
The main objectives here is for us to know what is available, who to contact, where to find help, and also trying to also make sure that amongst ourselves we are able to provide that assistance that we need in our advocacy. You find out also that there is also the challenge that, yes, you don't even know what is at home. So how can you know what is away from home at the international level? Some of you would also say, we don't know even how to apply for observer status. And that is also one of the challenges. So you find out that most of these questions and many more would be responded, would be provided at this point. What opportunities are there for engagement? What opportunities are there for advocacy? Yes, at the regional and international level. Many of you would say, but we've come to the African Commission. Why are you telling us about the international instruments and mechanisms? But I can tell you that we live in a symbiotic world, and it is very important for us to know what is happening at various levels. We're talking about human rights here. And for some of you, I'm sure you know that there have been times that states have been reporting to the international level, but not even at the regional level. So being able to have access to that interface, I think it also ensures that if states are not coming here and going there, you need to know, how do you access? Who do you talk to?
Ms. Yvonne Fungai Tawanda Masara Kufa of the High Commission Office says CSOs play a crucial role in promoting human rights, making this forum essential in enhancing their understanding to execute their duties effectively.
Civil society organizations play a pivotal role in the promotion and protection of human rights through advocacy, education, training, strategic litigation, and many other functions. They are indispensable partners of the universal and regional human rights mechanisms as a source of information and an actor in implementing their recommendations, amongst others. This workshop, ladies and gentlemen, aims at strengthening your capacity as civil society representatives in engaging international and regional human rights mechanisms. It will also assist you in understanding their respective mandates and functions, and exploring different avenues opened for your engagement. As procedures and working methods of human rights mechanisms may seem complex and requiring some technical knowledge, you should end this half-day workshop equipped to navigate among these exigencies.
Dr. Nana Busia of the African Center for Democracy and Human Rights Studies and Ivana Muchunova, Human Rights Officer at the High Commissioner, both emphasized the importance of familiarizing participants with universal human rights mechanisms, United Nations treaty bodies, and related topics to empower them as human rights defenders.
This workshop is very first one, very pilot one. It was a little bit last minute, but we hope it will be continued effort, and we will continue this activity also in future. This may be more length, more organization, and focusing on different teams as needed. So we are now in the very first experience of this sort, and we are very grateful also to the African Center for Democracy and Human Rights Studies for partnering with us and making this event possible. So today we will be limited more to overview of human rights mechanisms, to explain you their role, their functions, and also the opportunities how you can engage with them. But we will focus more on the treaty bodies, on different committees, and also we will explore the mechanisms that exist at the regional level. And we will also like to exchange with you about your experience, about your challenges, or maybe if you don't have any experience yet, how do you see your future opportunities for engagement, and in particular how we can assist you from the center and from ACDHR in this engagement. So
this convergence comes at a time when the continent faces various human rights violations, including conflicts, abuses against women and children, discrimination, gender-based violence, and other challenges.
Human rights. So for this training, I understand that there are so many mechanisms that are put in place, you name it, treaties, conventions, and so many other mechanisms and parts of the international law which are there to make sure that, or to protect the human rights. So the conscientization of these mechanisms help us as civic society organizations to make sure that in whatever, be it advocacy initiatives, be it campaigns, whatever that we do it comprehensively.
Maria Madam, reporting for Star TV News.